Do you want to get started with Django? If yes, then this is the right video because in this series I'm going to teach Django from scratch. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Well, hi, I am Shubham and subscribe to become a better software developer. So let's start with our first and big question, what Django is. So Django is a high-level Python web framework that enables us with rapid and clean development. In simple terms, it is a toolbox that has everything you need to build a web application. Django is a backend server-side web framework. It follows MVT structure, that means model, view and template, and it is highly documented and follows dry properties. It is highly scalable and very secure out of the box. So you might be wondering why to choose Django over other templates. Django is very fast and it enables us rapid development. In other frameworks, you might have to do and write each and every file from scratch. But in Django, as soon as we create our project and app, it gives us with list of files where we just have to write our Python functions or code, and that's it. You are ready to run your app. Well, also Django is very secure out of the box and it has inbuilt lots of security features that prevents us from getting many attacks. And also it comes with authorization and authentication built in, so we don't have to write extra code. Well, Django has a large and active community, so if there is anything that you are thinking of or any doubt that you have, it is already answered it somewhere. So what are some of the popular websites those are using Django? Well, you are already watching video on one of the websites that is created using Django, that is YouTube. Then another popular site is Instagram that is using Django. Also Pinterest is using Django. Then sites like Spotify is using Django. Bitbucket is also using Django. Pretty impressive, right? What are the prerequisites for learning Django? First of all, you should have Python installed on your system. Then secondly, you should know the basics of Python and fundamentals of Python clear. I have already covered the video on that, you can check it out. Then thirdly, you should know the database normalization and understand how database works, and that's it. Now let's get started with our coding. Actually, I will show you how to install Django on your system and then get started with our first project. We'll go to Google and search for Django. Actually, let me zoom in, and over here we'll go to our first website where it says Django project. Over here all you have to say is get started with Django, and there are necessary steps given on how to go ahead. We'll go to install Django and you can check this out, but all I'm going to do is open my VS Code. So I have opened a folder called as install and it is empty. Let me expand this. Over here what we'll do is we'll start by installing our virtual environment, or start by creating our virtual environment. So I'm going to use virtual env. I'll say let's call it as .env and press enter. Of course, you should have your virtual env installed on your system. It is very easy to install it. You can check it over online. Now let's activate our environment. To activate our environment, we have to type source. Let me zoom in. Source.env, the environment name that we created over here. Then bin and activate. Let me clear this, and over here we'll check pip list. Okay, so we'll check what are the things those are already installed, only these things. So now let's say pip install Django. This will download and install Django and necessary packages, and we'll create is Python. Let me clear this, and we'll create our first project. We'll call it as Django-admin start project. Let me zoom out over here. Start project, we'll call it as first, or we'll actually call it as SRC because that is I like and it is clean and neat. So if you expand, if you see over here, we have a folder called as SRC and over here SRC. So let's go inside SRC. And all we'll do is python manage.py, that means that file run server. Oops, I haven't activated my environment, so let me quickly go out. So over here we'll activate our environment first. So source env bin activate, and after this we'll navigate inside our source directory we'll say python manage.py run server. This is the command to run our project. So it is python manage.py run server. Let's enter. It's okay, we'll ignore this for now. I'll show you in the upcoming videos what it is and how to deal with it. And as you can see, if we go on this link, our project is up and running. It says the install worked successfully, congratulations, and we are using Django 5.0. So this is how we are able to successfully install the Django and create our first project successfully. So that's it for this video guys, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you, bye bye.